Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another toy review. And today we're going to be taking a look at another Godzilla vs. Kong figure from Playmates Toys. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Giant Kong. So, of course, yesterday I reviewed Giant Godzilla, so it only makes sense that I take a look at Giant Kong, right? So, uh, let's get right to it, right? So, I love how very basic he is, though. He doesn't really got like a crazy pose going on. This is just kind of the standard thing he got going on. So, the sculpting is very good. I think it's pretty neat. Looks just like the character. Nothing wrong going on, as you can see here. But as for the painting, well, the painting of the figure, it's a little bit of a mystery because there seems to be this kind of weird misconception when it comes to his paint job, where as you can see, he's basically like plain black. I mean, there is some details of like gray, like there is maybe a little bit of some grays going on here. I mean, it's not like completely black or anything. I would say that maybe he's like a grayish color, but he does kind of come off very blackish. As you can see, even in the chest area too, it's just very, very black. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. I mean, even the feet too is like, kind of painted dark. Like I say, there's not really much of a problem when it comes to that. But the thing is that in the film, it's pretty much already established that he's supposed to be brown. And, when you look at Playmate's other figures of Kong, he's obviously supposed to be brown, like a dark brownish kind of color. Even with the new Mega Kong figure that came out, Mega Punching Kong, I believe that's what it's called. It's painted basically brown, so it's like, whose idea was it to paint this black? You know what I mean? And I call it a misconception because, well, if you watch the trailer, sometimes he's obviously brown, but then other times he does look kind of like in the darkish color. So it's a little bit hard to say how, about the paint job with this figure, There's a lot of sort of like, don't get me wrong, the figure is nice, good sculpting, good everything. Like it's a very nice figure all in all. It's fantastic. So the paint, I think I'm just gonna have to just leave it up to people just to see how they feel about it. Personally for me, I don't really know how to feel about it either because I know he's supposed to be brown, but this is black, and even with the other figures too, like the basic ones, they're painted mostly of a darker brown. So it's like I don't know what color he is at this point, really. Not that it matters because, like I say, this is a good Kong figure. But detailing is pretty good, especially for the plastic material that Playmates use. As you can see here, let me show you the bottom of the feet. It has all the copyright. It says 2020, right? Yes, 2020. I forgot to mention that with the Godzilla figure, but it's not much of a big deal. 2020 Legendary and Warner Brothers. There's also the back too. I wanted to save this till last, but I did mention in my last video that Kong does have screw holes on his back, sadly, but at least it's, on his back. I mean, it's not like you're going to pose the figure facing this way. I mean, so I don't find the screw holes on this figure that much of a big deal anyway. It's a big deal with the Godzilla figure because it's literally like his side that has that paint job issue. But with Kong, at least I can say that it's not really much of a big deal. It is still a little bit of annoying, but I mean, Playmates have to make their figures somehow. Every company do their stuff different, so I don't want to complain too much about its quality because, it's still a good figure, I hate to like kind of take points off of it just because of that, especially when you're going to pose him facing this way or maybe on this side anyway, So where was I? So let's take a look at his face too. His face, right? He got like that sort of, like I say, he's very basic. He just got like that kind of face going on. It's a nice expression though. You could tell that he's pretty serious. The paint is the teeth on. Sorry, the paint on his teeth. Sadly, mine does have a tiny bit of a black little dot. You can't really tell, obviously. Not all of the figures are like that, obviously. It's only this one, that kind of had that going on. but it's, you know, the eyes are painted pretty good. His eyes is orange, which I find interesting because Godzilla's figure also has orange eyes. So I'm trying to think, like, well, what color is it, like, really, though? Because, you know, like I said, there's different variations on all that, so I don't know, you know, how to really feel about it. So here he is on the side. You know, I've also noticed that even like the plastic, the quality of it, I noticed that it's like really detailed. Like you see all like the nice fur effects and all that. But then I've also noticed on other parts, it looks like a little bit too smooth. Like kind of like right here, you could tell that it's fur, but it's not like as super detailed as like the head sculpt or maybe like the arms are. So that's interesting. You know, that's like uh I like how the colors do kind of blend in a little bit because, like I say, with the paint job, despite it being like kind of a mixed opinion thing, I like how some of the grays kind of goes together really well. Sort of the black color, you got like a black here, gray here, some grayish, and then goes right to black again. That's pretty unique. Even his hands too. I gotta mention his hands real quick before we take a look at the articulation. Hands, you know, the inside, you know, pure black. You know, obviously, you know, looks pretty good. I like that, you know. You know, yeah, and you know, despite him just kind of standing, you can get some good poses going on with this figure too. You know, arm can move full 360, so you know you can move that with no problem. Wrists can also move. It's not a tight grip, but it is pretty hard. But you know, I think that's pretty good. You know, I'd rather have a nice tight figure than have a very very loose one. So that's definitely a point right there for the figure. You know, the head can, yeah, it can move full 360. Yeah, there you go. Wow, moves pretty good. Wow, I wasn't expecting that actually. You know, and I had this for a long time too. I got this figure like, you know, last year during my toy hunts. I believe I don't remember when I got him. It was either maybe part 2 or part 3 of my Godzilla vs. Kong toy hunt is when I found them, but I don't remember, so sorry about that. And the legs, obviously they don't move like forward and backward. They kind of do like that weird kind of swivel thing going on. So you're not gonna get much articulation with the leg. You know, you can still move it full 360, which is nice, but that's about it. I mean, what can you get doing a pose like this? I mean, you could get something, but it does look maybe a little bit awkward. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. You know, I understand why playmates have to do that. Oh, and the feet. The feet, it's yeah, the feet is very tight. I couldn't move it at least maybe this far. That's about it though. I don't suggest trying to move it all three, you know, full 360 because you might break the figure doing that. Even though the plastic on the figure is pretty durable, you know, like I said, everybody says that Playmates uses crap, cheap plastic, but I mean, it's pretty durable. I mean, you could tell he's hollow just by me just slapping him and we're just hitting him all over the place. Yeah, you know, it's made of a hard plastic, so you know, I think it's good quality control for the most part, though. I think everything else is fine. 6, 7, 8. All right, so he has, you know, I think, yeah, just like Godzilla, he has about 9 points of articulation. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 points of articulation, just like Godzilla. So normally I show off the box at the beginning of the video, but I'd like to, you know, I'm going to do it right now because I want to show you guys something kind of interesting, right? So, obviously, the figures come in these really, really big boxes, you know, right here. You know, this is what it comes in. It says Giant Kong at the bottom. The bottom part is just pure blanks. Okay. You know, obviously with Godzilla, they had to put the instruction to put the tail on. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but at least it's nice to, you know, let people know that. And of course, the picture is the same one like Godzilla had. With the only difference is that the text is different. It says Giant Kong instead of Giant Godzilla. It's the same picture as I showed back in the first part, as you can see here. You know, nothing really different, you know. Although the reason why I wanted to, show off the boxes because I like the way that it's like kind of like situated. I still got this piece right here, and if you put them like kind of, if you want to put them like in the box or something, I found like if I move, okay, like if I wanted to move his arms, right? Look at that. Let me see, right? Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Let me just fix the head a little bit, and boom. Like honestly, like if you wanted to resell it, like if you bought this figure and you wanted to sell it for whatever weird reason, if you got like all the twisty ties and all that to put everything here, you can easily trick someone into thinking that you're selling this for new. I mean, it's that easy. I mean, I find it kind of neat. Obviously, I can't really do this comparison with the Godzilla figure because I don't think you could take off the tail once you put it in. Because, I don't want to end up breaking the figure and then, and then I got to buy a replacement. I don't want to do that because I'm trying to save my money for the new figures. I mean, that's a lie. I have the money. It's just, I don't want to buy a repeat just because I broke the other one. You know what I mean? So of course, if we're gonna be comparing Kong, it only makes sense to compare him with Godzilla. Let me just put this guy down, and let me show you guys how he looks compared with Godzilla. Since both figures are 11 inches tall, let me see. They're roughly about the same height almost. It does kind of look like that Kong is just a tiny bit taller, not as much, and the sculpting on both figures is amazing because, well, Godzilla does have a pretty small head, that's just kind of the way he is. If you've seen one of the trailers for the film, and then you see them both just kind of like screaming in each other's faces, kind of gives you a nice little good idea of what we're dealing with right here. And let's take a look at him in the front. I mean, Kong is a big buff guy, man. I mean, he got that muscle, And I'm not just gonna compare him to Godzilla. No. Let me show you guys some other stuff too, right? So here he is compared to his younger self, Kong from Skull Island, 11-inch version, right? Yeah, see here. Yeah, so Playmates. Now this figure is part of Playmates' classic Godzilla and Kong line, which is a different toy line from this one, but obviously this one is meant to be more in line with this one, obviously, so it only makes sense to do the comparison. This is from Kong Skull Island, obviously, even though the movie came out in 2017 and this toy didn't came out until like last year. Yeah, wow, has it been that long already? Wow, incredible. Well, Playmates have definitely improved with their figures, so we could definitely say that for a fact. So with the comparison, obviously this is Kong when he was much more younger, because Kong Skull Island takes place in like the 1970s, I believe, if I'm correct. And this movie takes place not even in current time. It takes place like a couple years in the future. Because Godzilla versus Kong takes place 5 years later after King of the Monsters. So it's pretty interesting to see how Kong has grown so much. Let me see. And let me give you a nice little close-up of this figure. In case you're wondering, I did not review this figure yet. I would like to, but the reason why I haven't is because I would like to review the 6-inch version first, because I do have that one. But obviously, if I review those, then I gotta review all the other classic Playmates toys. And don't get me wrong, I want to do that, but with the camera I got, it's like, my phone, it's not that good. I'd rather wait till I get my new phone first before I could start filming. Because then I don't got to worry about like wasting gigabytes and then having to, watch for the time. Because sometimes if you record, you're being timed because, you don't want to fill up too much space on your phone. But then after you finish filming, then you got to upload it, and that becomes a whole nother situation. I'd rather not get into that, and let's just do the nice little comparison, Let's just stick with this for now. Obviously, you can see kind of the difference with the muscle mass. This one is definitely very muscular compared to this one. Don't get me wrong. It has the same thing going on too, the screw hole thing, But the sculpting and everything with this figure too is very good. honestly, both figures are very good in my opinion. This is not a double review. I just thought I compared the two, anyway. And let me see. He's roughly a little more taller than this one too. So that you got that going on. He still has the scar in his chest. Obviously, he's kept that forever. So that's definitely something he has. That's his characteristic. Must have gotten that from some battle. Wow, I forgot how nice the painting was in this one. I really do gotta review this one. And fun fact, right? Playmates actually did re-release this figure, but with like an updated paint job. So instead of a light brown, it's a darker brown, and the figure is like gloss paint. And it looks interesting, Sadly, I've never seen it at my Walmart, the repaints. Maybe if I go to a different Walmart, I might stop by tomorrow. I was going to go today, but I had a change of plans, What else, right? So, and, it definitely has like an updated paint job to it, too. I don't know if I'll ever get that, if I'm being honest. That's hard for me to say, really, So let's see what happens in the future first, And I mean, honestly, I like this one a little more better. I don't know what it is. This one's good too. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, if I were to give them both a score, I give them like a good 10 out of 10 because it's a good figure. Very nicely detailed. Yes, the screw holes. It's very annoying, but it's passable because, again, you're not going to pose them on your shelf just kind of, facing this way, I feel bad for a good Godzilla, but, the screw holes in his situation is definitely kind of not a good look, I don't know what it is, but I'm sorry, but Kong gets a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. But hey, we're not going to end the video just yet. We have to do more comparisons, Come on. I forgot. Let me bring out the box. That this figure, stay all the way. This figure and with this box right here. Very nice box. It's very like bright, And I could do the same thing too. Like, watch this, right? If I move the arm up, it's just kind of like, there you go. Look at that. Again, if I had like the twisty ties and all that, I can easily just like resell it and be like new, but it's not new. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sell my collection. I love my collection. I'm going to keep this forever. Yeah, so it looks good, pretty good right there. Let me see. Let me just hope I don't got to interrupt my review because I hear the phone ringing. Let me see. Well, I said what I have to say, so I don't got to worry too much. But let me do the quick comparisons real quick. So this is the normal 6-inch version of the Kong from Skull Island. As you can see here, you got the little sad monkey thing going on. You got this right here, and my dog is going crazy. She's just like right on the edge. I don't know if you can see her. So let's compare the figure right there. How should we do this? Yeah, let's do it like this. These figures look so nice. I can't wait to get Mega Kong. Like, I'm like legit that excited to find them. And of course you got I reviewed this figure already, the Kong with Battle Axe, as you can see here. Obviously, like I said, this is part of the Godzilla vs. Kong toy line. This is not the Classics figure. I have to mention that because I know both toy lines are kind of the same, but not really. Because the Godzilla vs. Kong figures are more action-oriented, while these figures are obviously meant more to just kind of not be so articulated and all that. So let's put him right, let's put him like right here. Because right here on the side of my desk, I have not reviewed this figure yet, and I will review him eventually. But I have the Hong Kong Battle Kong figure. There's a lot of Kongs, man. I'm going to say that right now. I will review this. I really wanted to review Kong with Fighter Jet first before I get to like this, but let's see what happens first, because the movie comes out next Wednesday. It comes out right Wednesday on March 31st. So I'm kind of running out of time to review these guys. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more figures coming. This is not, we're not even halfway over with this yet. Oh, man. Oh, but you think I'm done, right? You think I'm done with the video? No way. I'm going to give you guys a little surprise. Here he is, compared with NECA Toys King Kong. And yes, this is King Kong from the old movies, not the new ones. But I wanted to compare him anyway, because why not, you know? I don't got a lot of Kongs in my collection anyway, so let's start, you know? I got this figure like a few months back, obviously. I didn't review this figure, obviously. I don't know if I will, but we'll see what happens because I would like to. Obviously, these are two different companies. This is NECA, but here's the box. This is the box that this figure came with, as you can see here. You know, here's the side. You know what? Maybe I might do a review of this. I don't see why not. I just gotta find out how I'm gonna format it. You know. Because I'm doing this on my computer. I'm reviewing the figures on my computer, so it's much more easier for me. And we're still not done yet because I got one last final surprise. You know what? I think it's better if I maybe do it like this. Yeah, right? Is that a little bit better? I mean, these are two different toy companies, so you might as well, right? One last one. This was a surprise that I got actually from my mother. She found it at Target. The color version of the NECA 1933 King Kong. And as you can see, it's this exact same sculpt like this one, but it's painted to be this was based on an old magazine. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called like Monster or something like that. As you can see here, this I got this figure. Let me see. I think I've mentioned this yesterday, but I'm looking at the live chat too, and I see that everyone just loves the Kong collection. Kong actually uses a fighter jet as a weapon in the movie. Yeah, I've heard that too. I wonder how that's gonna go down. That's very interesting. And let me bring out the box that this figure comes in. He comes in a more colorful box, as you can see here. Let me see. Just trying to. This is the back, the bottom here. Here's the side. You know, I'm doing all this, and I forgot to open the boxes because they do come with like alternate heads and hands and all that. What did I do with the other box? I just. Where did the other box go? Oh, I'm so dumb. I put it up here. Really quick. See, this is the inside right here. He does come with an extra hand and some, extra hands, an extra head. Same goes for this one. As you can see right here. This is how it looks. And, you know what? Yeah, that's about it. That kind of ends the review, I guess, I wasn't expecting to make this part of the video really long because this is a review of this figure and I ended up bringing everybody, but you know what? Why not? Let's have fun with these, So yeah, that's about the end of the video right there. That's about it, Like I said, good figure, 10 out of 10. It's definitely worth the $20 price. And well, in my opinion, it's a pretty good figure. He looks nice on the shelf. You definitely should get him. And honestly, the fact that these look so nice, I could tell already that mega figure is going to be much more better. It's going to be like, ooh, it's like a nice little surprise. So let me just kind of take these out of the way before I end the video here. And I'm going to bring out the boxes for these guys. And we're just going to pretty much end it for today, Here we go. Good. Fantastic. All right. So, let's see what kind of happens tomorrow. I might review either, because I wanted to go out today and hope that I might find Kong with fighter jet, but obviously there was a change of plans. So hopefully I'll find him tomorrow. I cannot promise this, but maybe I'll review Warbat tomorrow. Maybe. I can't promise that. I will review him eventually, but just not yet, Because I really want to like review these in order. I wanted to review them like from when they were announced and all that, but obviously that's going to be a little bit hard. So I might do a couple of things. I might either review Warbat next. B, I might review just the entire first wave of the Godzilla vs. Kong figures. I've been thinking about doing that. Or C, if I do find them tomorrow, I can't really promise that I'll do a review of it, but I'll try maybe Saturday. I don't know, because usually reviewing stuff like this on weekends is a little bit difficult. I forgot to mention too about Movie Monster Series Kong. That's a nice one, but sadly I do not have it. And if I ever do get my hands on him, well, that'll be great. I will buy him and maybe review him. Maybe. He is a much more smaller figure, so he could definitely fit into frame when I film him on my phone. So yeah, that's about it. You know, I think I talked way for too long. I didn't expect this review to be this long, but I hope you all enjoy it. Let me look at the live chat real quick. Yes, Mechagodzilla is right here on my shelf, and yes, I will review him. So don't worry. I'm gonna review all the figures. All right, I'll get to them. You know, come on. You know. I like doing these, you know, it's great. So that's about it, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.